Hello, it's the Gamemaster here. Today we are fighting against the angry wandering shadows of Dupra. I'm going to try to survive until the 15th wave of shadows who want to crush me. So what is going on here? Well, I'm the only developer of Hram, a world which might be currently defined as a online multiplayer action game. It is developed in C++ with the special help of the Simple Fast Media library. I've decided to test the newest features of the game in front of you guys. Hopefully this to be beneficial to both of us. I believe that when you explain something publicly, you start to understand it better. As someone once said, if you can't explain something in front of your grandmother, then you don't understand it well. Okay, with no more chattering, let's see how things work. In this video we are testing the newest big feature in the game, the NPC system. It is important to say that the system is implemented in a multiplayer environment, which means that all the players in the world must be linked with the mobs. There are some specific problems which are connected with time. If you are playing in Antarctica and for example, I'm playing in China, then we have to sync our time. The transmission of network packets would be delayed, and therefore the position and tasks of the NPCs would not be linked. That is why it is very important for a multiplayer game to have a accurate time management. I have set the server to send the current timestamp to all of the players who are entering the battle, and by knowing the time zone, each client knows when the first mob is exactly going to be spawned. This guitar music indicates that the mobs are becoming stronger now. A determined spawn time must be set for each wave, and with the same velocity, all mobs are being on the same position. Oh, and depending on the position, mobs are deciding what to do, who to attack. There is the wave counter. And you can see that currently we're fighting against the 7th wave. With each wave, the shadows are becoming stronger and, more importantly, faster, as this appears to be the most important characteristics of the shadows. When they are trying to reach you, they are following a simple algorithm. There is currently no pathfinding, they can even go through the walls. Oh well, it's reasonable for shadows to move through walls, right? Currently, the algorithm for movement of the NPCs is quite simple. Each mob is finding the closest player, calculates the two destination points. These points are set as a task, which is being proceeded each frame. These steps are applied in a specific period of time, currently half a second, and this way, sooner or later, the mob is going to reach the player. Then it will attack it with its crushing ability. Things are getting harder now. I can't easily hold against the push of the shadows. I must keep my energy full by staying near the bushes and grabbing some vitalizing berries. Oh, and by the way, these two bars on the left are not health and mana. They are representing the body and mind energy of your character. In the world of Dupra, you can turn your body and mind energy into Hram. In the process, you are draining your anger, using it for different purposes, for example slaying some shadows. Usually the game is concentrated on player versus player action. The target of the shadows is the Crystal of Vitality, and you have to defend it for your tree to extract it. So in the future versions of the game, there will be a crystal that you will be defending from the shadows for a specific amount of waves. That is why you must embrace the button of subscribe, thus bring motivation and keep the development of the Hram in progress. As there will be many updates to come. We are already facing the 20th wave of shadows. They are quite fast and have a lot of hit points. Now it is very important for me to land all of my abilities on the shadows, because the energy that they cost is crucial. I use a lot of body and mind to slay a single shadow, and if I get caught by them, I would die easily. Actually, I won't die. I will be embraced by the roots of the mother tree. Because in the world of Dupra, the mother tree is so powerful that it can sense when you're about to die and saves you just before it happens. If you love trees like me, you should definitely go to plant one in your backyard. They nearly got me, but I lured them to the corner and jumped to salvation. I guess the many hours of testing are showing their effect. But here I already lose faith that I am going to survive until the 15th wave, as 4 more angry shadows are approaching me while I am on 30% of body energy. The hit effect of the shadows is not really noticeable. I would definitely change that. I think that you can already notice the strategy that I came up with. First approach the corner, then wait for them to come as near as possible without hitting you, and jump straight away to the bushes. Do you believe that video games can improve your mental qualities? I do. If you're interested, there is a video on my other channel about a mental training done with video games on patients with schizophrenia. Yikes! We're already facing the 15th wave, running away from dozens of mobs. I guess we can call it a win. More and more shadows will be spawned. The advancement formula now makes them very strong, and very soon I will fall. Let's see how exactly this is going to happen. This world mod of the game is somehow relaxing to me. It's just farming mobs, testing combinations of abilities, and maybe improving your mental qualities. And the fun part is that you can just download the launcher, update to the newest version, and join me here to fight together on the Shadow Shore. Down I fall against the 16th wave. And because the battle mode is not still completed, I will just spawn in 5 seconds. The shadows will continue to multiply and to hunt my soul. I guess we can stop here. Hram analysis. I will show you the advancement formula that I use. It is applied on the stats of each mob, and it's generally based on the wave counter variable. I'm increasing the 3 crucial characteristics of the mob: its maximum body energy, velocity and damage. The wave counter is an integer, so if we take for example the first wave, the value for the body energy will be 61, because 1 divided by 3 in integer terms is 0. You can see the progress of the body energy variables through the waves. On the 10th wave, the player is required to spend a lot of energy to take down a mob. Things are getting harder for the next stages of the game as the value is increasing exponentially. The velocity variable is very crucial as the mob is using a low range ability. The sequence variable is just added in the formula to achieve distance between the mobs, in order for shadows to not walk stacked on each other. Each time the mob is spawned, the velocity value for its stats is different. Let's see the progress of the variable throughout the stages of the game, by considering the sequence variable to be the maximum of 3. Knowing that the player is moving with 160 velocity value, we can notice that on the 20th wave, the velocity of the mob is starting to get bigger than the velocity of the player. On the 20th wave, I've actually felt that my hit points drastically started lowering down. As for the damage variable, being increased with 1 is a huge change, because there are a lot of mobs hitting the player. The time spawn variable is also very important. This is the period between the waves. It is slowly increased in order for the toughness of the stage to be compensated. The formula is currently pretty much what I've desired, but things are going to change when the player count increases. I can predict that if I ask my roommate to join me for a battle, we will probably be able to handle no more than the 20th wave. This will become clear in the next videos, so stay tuned. I'm currently working on implementing the Crystal of Vitality, which the players are going to protect from the shadows. There are going to be serious questions about the packet transmissioning connected with this feature. When a mob is slain, the killer easily just notifies the server that has slain it, and then every other player is informed. However, When a map object is hit or destroyed by an NPC, everyone would have to notify the server, and therefore the network bandwidth is going to be drastically increased. So probably in the beginning I will leave the damage on the crystal unlinked between the clients. Now I'm going to ask you a question that is connected with the next feature. What do you think about allying with the shadows? Switching to the team of the shadows will be possible with the next update. In the beginning of the fight, only some of the player's team will be chosen to have the shadow corruption ability, with which they will decide when to switch to the team of the shadows. Future is near and time is short, so that was it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let the Hram be with you.